Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you what I guess you could call my first car. Not long after this video that my father made, his health started declining, and I ended up losing him in 2007. About 2 years later, he tried to teach me what he could, but when I was about, say, 2 years old, the doctors told him that he probably wouldn't have but a few more months to live with his condition, but with the help of the good Lord, he made it till I was at least 14. So this vehicle here, this Maverick, it's more than a piece of junk, that most people will see. When I see that Maverick, I think about me and my father, and the wonderful memories we had, and him trying to teach me how to drive and how to work on my own vehicles, my own car. But unfortunately, he didn't live long enough to teach me a lot of things, just mainly the basics. So I'm going to say about 85% of everything I know, I have taught myself through years. And that's kind of what's inspired me to make videos. Well, start making videos, instructional videos, because growing up, I had to watch videos like that myself. I'm sorry. It's kind of a touchy subject with me. Like I said, after I was 14, well, really, in that video, my grandmother had just had a massive stroke, and she was left an invalid. And the mobile home you see in the background, that's where she lived. She lived right behind us. And after she had that stroke, his condition accelerated. Even in the video that you're watching, he was starting to go down because of the stress of what is going on with her. The video was shot in 2005, June of 2005, and she passed away in 2006, where she had another massive stroke. It left her brain dead. With her living right behind me, she was like a second mother to me. Not a grandma. So it's tough. We at the time we took the video, she was in rehabilitation, tried to get back mobility, see what they could do with her. And after we seen that rehab and the therapy wasn't working, that's how it was going to be, we brought her here to my house, and we took care of her till she eventually, till she had the other stroke. And then after that, things really started going down. And after my father passed away, not even 2 years afterwards, my mother, she was diagnosed with stage 3B lung cancer. With the help of the good Lord, she's in remission right now, but her health ain't no good, and I have to take care of her now. It's not even feasible for her to be living alone anymore. But yeah, this, like I said, I didn't mean for this to go this way, but and also I have a lot of my own health issues. A lot of things I just can't do anymore. I have I don't know if you ever heard of it, but I have a neurological condition called neurofibromatosis type 1. And essentially what it does is it's a neurological condition that causes tumors to grow and wrap around the nerves in your body. And it can play just about havoc on any part of your body. And as of late, I've been diagnosed with high blood pressure and tachycardia. Sometimes, I try to do a little something, my heart rate shoots up 120, 130, 140. So when I do these videos, keep in mind that I'm having to essentially stitch them together so that way, I can produce them and try to help others out that may be been in my shoes at some point or another. But yeah, I didn't mean to get all sobby with you at, say, a car video, but I just wanted to give y'all the story behind that and that Maverick and what it means to me and the purpose behind it and all that. But enough of that. We'll go check it out. I still have it. It's sitting in the backyard. I parked it there under its own power, and I guess you can say that it ran when it was parked. Literally. But yeah, that's the story behind it. I know you car guys, I'm a car guy. We love the stories behind a vehicle, no matter how crappy the vehicle may be. The backstory is always interesting and intrigues us. But anyhow, let's go check her out.
Pop. Here he comes again. Come on! Stop! Okay, Ma. Mama Gail and the boys preparing for a ride in the beautiful Maverick. They're gonna go for a ride around the yard. And drive. Slide the brakes. Slide the brakes. On the cement. Rough ride. This is Monday, June 13th, 2005. That's the best looking Maverick. Wesley Ward, where did you get your driver's license?
Yeah.
Drive, Wesley.
Just the old Westernville, the General Lee, or as Dane likes to call it, the General Lee.
And this is where the old girl sits right now. Believe it or not, it got parked here probably about 11 years ago now. So it's been sitting here parked for well over 10 years. As you can see, I chopped it up with a rear end off of it with an axe, because at the time I was kind of wanting me a pickup truck. See right in there. And a little touch here my father made to it. Alright. He wrote in my little nickname at the time, Spoon, and that is his actual handwriting right there, you see. He hand painted that in there. As you can see, pretty much everything has been stripped out of it. That's still in good. Walk around to the other side. But here's probably a better picture of that right there. And the camera around. You see the roof. But I have considered trying to get it cranked back up just for the sake of it, you know, because I know it sounds crazy, but it ran when parked. It's got a little inline 6 Ford bulletproof engines, so they're pretty simple to work on. To mention, I got the other part of the harness somewhere in the house. No, I don't, right there. We couldn't ever get the ignition switch to work right, so we had to end up hot wiring it. So right there is a toggle switch. That toggles the power on. Flip it, and of course hitting them 2 wires together to crank it. That was, I don't know if that messed the audio up, but that was something he done himself too. And this is what's under the hood. Yeah, but yet ain't nothing fancy. A little inline 6 Ford engine. But shortly after it was parked here, the drain plug ended up popping out one winter. So if I do get it back going, I'm gonna have to find a freeze plug for it. Carburetor. Yep, Maverick, 120 horsepower. Man, I tell you, that's some good horses right there. Got the old oil gauge in here. And that was again some of my father's handiwork. But yeah, we just, after he restored his Maverick, we kind of took all the other spare parts we had laying around and put this little contraption together. But before I get any hate mail comments, this particular Maverick right here was not worth saving. We actually got it out of a junkyard to use for parts for his Maverick. It had been wrecked at some point, and the whole quarter panel here, you can tell, try to get through these dumb bamboos. But yeah, like right there, you can see where it's been bondoed, and that panel there's been repaired at some point or another. But I mean, body was pretty straight when we got it, but with all that, like I said, it just wasn't worth it. And his Maverick was that one of the first Mavericks that were manufactured. His is a 69 and a half. They produced it in 69 for the 1970 line. And how you can tell that is on a regular Maverick, the more earlier ones, they have the ignition switch on the column, like that right there. But his, if you know anything about Mavericks, his is up under the dash. So that's the main reason why we went in with that one to restore. But yeah, I have a lot of good memories in this old girl. Just being through more paint jobs than I've gone through underwear, just about so. At one point, it was painted up like General Lee. That's what the Confederate flags are about. It was at one point the General Lee. And you look right here, you can see the orange paint and the flag on the roof. So ain't nothing racial about it. It was themed after General Lee, so please don't send me hate mail or comments on it. I was just noticing this. A lot of the old layers of paint are flaking off and it's coming back to that original blue it was. But we picked it up from a guy who owned his own little junkyard type deal, and it's the craziest thing. He had a cow pasture in the junkyard, so literally it was set out to pasture. He had to wade through the cows, wade through the cow poop to get it. When we first got it, the passenger side wheel was completely missing. The guy had to put it on his rollback for us, bring it here to the house. I remember the day we got it, it was around January of 2002, I believe we got it. Or was it 4? I can't remember. Anyhow, that day, well, up into that night, we had about one of the worst ice storms or winter storms we had in ages. I mean, it knocked out power, brought down trees. I mean, it's crazy. But just as he was pulling it out of the pasture and putting it on his flatbed, it started snowing. At first I thought that it was just lint falling in the air, because believe it or not, it wasn't actually that cold. But the more we drove, the closer we got to home, the heavier it started to snow. Then that night into the morning, it turned all into ice, and that it was a mess, I tell you. But anyhow, if y'all would like to see this Maverick come back to life and crunk up and driven around, like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. And if I can get 1,000 likes and 1,000 followers, I'll pull it out, tinker with it, and see if I can get her back running. Till then, see y'all later.